He and finally got Celestia. Totally ignoring like the weird translation aside, cause I look up the skill name in game to try to push for my video, and then I look at the EX skill, and then like the skill name is called Summon Minion, and it's like, is that how you refer to the worker you hire? Like seriously? And also it's supposed to be higher health, which is like one of the notable skills from the original game, so. Partitio, in summary, he is Bargello, but for spear. He has a 2-hit that deals a lot of damage that takes something from all allies, and he has passive that help with boosting the entire team, especially motion damage. Cooperation is his main skill. If I remember right, the skill hit up to like a 1400 power, as in 2 times 700. Downside to the skill though is that you only want to use this when you have latent power up, because without latent power, having one boost point from everyone hurts a lot, especially if you're running around in EX where you try to boost max twice during the break turn. If you take one BP away from them, you can't boost max twice during break turn, so you can only use this skill like safely when you are having the latent power up. Honestly, the downside to this one is much more severe to Bargello, taking away SP from everyone, because at least like it's not that bad because nothing really affected. This one's affecting the damage directly, so reckless attack is something that you only want to use when you boost max. It's fine you're not boost maxing. However, the thing about this skill is that it's not a debuffing skill, it's a attack skill, so the buffing duration is only 2 turns. So hoping you have some other character that can extend the duration of the buff. However, spear resistance down is I guess you have to run him with Roland then. Or you can also use like the torch point skill he has to also gain to cap out the spear resistance down. Valiant Charge is his main multi-hit along with his torch point skill. You spend the 4 hit if you want, you have to spare boost point, you spend a 6 hit. Most of the time when the enemy's break you just want to use cooperation, but it's an option. And his EX skill, which is higher help, from my experience of using the skill, it's not like Solon. You don't want to like use this like Solon where the attack break the enemy, because Partitio is not a breaker, rather he's like a DPS. This is like putting breaker accessory on Bargello, which is kind of weird. You want someone else to do the break instead because Partitio is the one that's doing the damage. So you have 2 options: you either never use the skill, or you use the skill, however you watch out carefully to know when to properly break and when to time the 5 extra hit onto the enemy and stuff. Next is the passive, which I did condense a lot, the same with the previous skill slide, because with the addition of Torch Point and 6-star and how future unit will have the text description of the skill even longer, I try to condense it as much as I can, and try to still make sense. That's why I only be listing the passive that I think is worth listing and not all the passive. Merchant support is his main passive. It's like Bargello passive except work differently. The number goes up based on the number of merchants in your party. You always want to run with at least 4 merchants, so that's fine. 4 merchants and like a few other character, because that extra 15% attack up is really useful. Latent power, Hood and Holler, like the one I mentioned with cooperation a while ago, use this whenever the enemy, well, when you're on your break turn, so that your cooperation from Partitio won't steal the boost point from your merchant, and also your merchant can spend a 3 boost point without losing a boost point too, so it's really useful. Kinda sucks that this thing has a 6 turn cooldown though, because sometimes you break the enemy is like kind of shorter than 6 turns, so. And then there's his ultimate, which is you kind of like don't want to use this if you have your latent power up, because turn 1 you use your latent power on the break turn, turn 2 you deal some normal skill damage, like maybe spam the torch point skill or something. You want to use this, preferably you want to have this ult 10, use this right before the break turn to like recover all the boost point and also extra spear damage up. Also as a bonus, since it's ultimate spear damage up, if you have Witcher, stack this with Witcher, and then you have like 30% damage, spear damage up, so it's good. So a quick review of Partitio. He is a strong unit. I would say there's one thing that he's lacking though, is that he's lacking like a strong buffing skill. Other unit who is like representative of the weapon type, Richard and Bargello, both have a skill that can buff attack and that weapon damage up. Partitio like that. He has one that buff only damage up, but it's buffing defense and not attack. So you need someone else to buff the attack, but then the skill is not really worth bringing. So it's like, just leave the buffing to someone else like Richard, and just do debuff and damage with Partitio. Overall, Partitio is fine, you pull for him, or if you like him because he's an Octopath 2 character, or you want your Spirit team to do more damage, because I think we'll still keep the buff that Ian got, right? So, we'll be power creeping JP later on though, when around Tiziano is introduced, but then again, he power creep a lot of character on this introduction. But it's fine though. Power creep happen in game all the time, so just pull for who you like, okay?